everybody, Erica Serwin here, and I have a new project for you today based on the inspiration photo that we're using this month for the Fancy Friday blog hop. It was right up my alley. It had burlap, it had red, and it was very kind of rustic, Christmas looking. So I loved it, and this project immediately popped into my head. So it's a little gift box, and I'm going to show you how to make this box. There are no dies required. All you need is a Simply Scored for this box. The stamp set that we're using is called Oh What Fun, and if you're looking for it in your catalog, it's actually in the annual catalog, and it is in the little Christmas section there. And we're using the Happy Christmas stamp with Real Red ink. So let's get started. All right, the first thing we're going to do is make our box. And you're going to need some Real Red cardstock. And let's see, I have my measurements here. Real Red, that is 7.5 by 6 3/4. And you're going to need a very vanilla cardstock, and I'll tell you about that one in just a second. Now, as I mentioned, you need your Simply Scored tool, which is one of my favorites. It scores really nicely, and I use it daily. All right, so on a 7.5 inch side, we're going to score at 2 and 5.5, and then we're going to turn it, and on the 6 3/4 side we're going to score it at 2 and 4 3/4. Just 4 score lines is all you need for this box bottom. All right, now we're going to get our scissors and carefully cut on these lines up to those horizontal lines. So along your longer side, just cut those score lines up and stop when you get to the next score line. All right, now let's go ahead and fold all these in. If you have your bone folder, you can use those, or you can be like me and forget to get your bone folder. Honestly, guys, I just use my fingers most of the time unless I am really needing a bone folder to make a sharp fold. Okay, now you're going to need fast fuse or tear and tape for a box. You know that regular snail is not going to hold a box together, so make sure you use a good adhesive. And we're going to put fast fuse here on these 4 corners, the 4 squares, and we're just going to fold them up like this. And this is your simple, easy box construction. And you can make this in all different sizes. Just have to figure out what size you want your box to be. All right, now we're going to make the lid in the same way. It's going to have 4 score lines just like that. But we're going to use a special tool, okay guys? This is a very special tool. You may not have this, you may not have purchased this, but if you do, you'll find it in your junk drawer. It's just a couple of Post-it notes, okay? I think I have like 5 here. We're going to use this as a tiny little shim that's going to make our score lines just as a sliver larger than the other score, the box bottom, because if not, you can see on my original, I did not use it, and it's fine, but the lid is very tight. So I thought I'd take this opportunity to show you how you can avoid that and make that lid a little bit looser and go on a little bit easier. So take 4 or 5 Post-it notes and just put them over here on the edge of your Simply Scored. All right, so your very vanilla is 5.5 by 4 3/4. Now on the 5.5, we're going to score this differently. Instead of the 2 score marks, I'm going to tell you, you're going to turn your paper. That's going to give that little shim a chance to work on both sides. Whoops, I lost my notes. Let's see. All right, so on the 5.5 inch side, we're going to score at 1, and then turn it and do 1 again. Okay, now on the short side, guess what? 1 again. So really 1 inch on all 4 sides. Okay, let me move this out of the way. All right, again, we're going to cut these along the long side, just like we did on the box bottom. All right, let's fold them in. And because this is the lid, this time I'm going to tuck those squares behind. That creates a little bit of a sharper edge, sharper image when you look at your box. So turn it over, and oops, I already did it wrong. Nope, I want it this way. Okay, so we're going to pretend like I didn't do that. So on the top of your box, okay, this is the top of your lid, put adhesive again on those 4 corners. Let's see if I can get that to not stick. And we're going to fold it underneath the longer section like that. So you won't see those short tabs. That's how I want this to look on my lid. All right, now let's see how this fits. Like a glove. There we go. See how easily that goes on, much easier than my other one. Okay, now we've got the box done. Let's make the tag. Now I am going to show you how to turn your stitched shapes square into a rectangle. We have these wonderful brand new thin framelits that are actually already on back order. You guys, we've already blown through the inventory and Stampin' Up! Is trying to catch up. You can order them through this weekend, which is around the November 20th, I believe, and then they're going to turn it off and catch up. And you're not going to be able to order them for a while. So if you want these, if you're watching this video before that date, go ahead and order them before they turn that number off. Don't worry, it'll come back if you don't have a chance to get it. They'll come back. But if you do have them, let me show you how to turn this square into a rectangle. All right, I'm going to stamp the Happy Christmas in Real Red just on very vanilla cardstock. Now, let's put it on our Big Shot. The magnetic platform is very important for this, for the way we're going to do this. We are going to put that up at the top, okay? So don't center it. Move this down and center it side to side, but you want this at the top of that square. Okay, let's run it through. I'm just going to come back this way so you guys can see it. And I'm going to take that off and carefully pop this out. All right, so we have a square. Now we want to continue these stitch lines across here to make this rectangle. So I'm going to put this in here, and you're going to feel those little stitched edges catch on the holes that are already there. So get it kind of where you want it, feel around, and you'll feel it pop right into those stitched edges that are already there. I don't know, what do you guys think? Do I need to go down a little lower? No, I think we're going to keep it like that. Okay, it's like a little track. Just pop them around and down a little bit into the holes. They're in the previous stitched holes there. Let's come back. And you can already see, voila, perfect rectangle. Awesome. Okay, that's a way to get a little more use out of your stitched square framelits. All right, so we're going to layer this. We're going to layer it on a piece of Real Red cardstock. Hop over to my blog to get the specific measurements for this, okay? Now, depending on how much you do, your rectangle might be a little bit bigger, because if you slid that framelit down a little bit more, your rectangle might be a little bit bigger. But either way, it works. All right. Oops, I don't have that centered. On top of another rectangle that is crumb cake. And then let's come put it over here on top of our box. And using my favorite tool, what is it? Stampin' Dimensionals. It's my favorite. I'm going to do one in each corner because this is a box and we don't want anything getting ripped off that's not supposed to get ripped off. Okay. There. Now it needs something else. Definitely needs something else. So I'm going to use the Pretty Pines Thinlit dies. Aren't these pretty? I guess that's why they named them Pretty Pines, right? All right. Now we have a platform that is designed for intricate dies, and it works wonderfully. But I'm going to tell you, I still love my dryer sheet, especially on these. You'll see it just peels right off. I recently cut out 80 of these for my a class that I did, a retreat, and doing them on the dryer sheet made it so much easier for me because I could just pop it off, lay it back down and go. So if you need to cut out a bunch of these, give the dryer sheet a try. And like you can just peel this off and it just comes off beautifully. So don't get me wrong, I use my precision base a lot, but for these just specifically, I really like to use the good old dryer sheet, and it makes my room smell good. All right, where's my box? Here we go, couple of glue dots. I use the small and the medium pine boughs. Is that what they're called? Pine needles. We don't have these kind of trees in South Texas, so I don't know. Only at Christmas time. Okay, so put them on with glue dots. And then I'm going to get, these are so cute and I haven't used them enough. Christmas trinket embellishments. Aren't they adorable? And I really like the gingerbread man. So I'm going to get him. I hope you guys noticed the lighting is a little bit different on this video. I got a new light box because I really could not stand the shadow that my lights were casting. I hope it's better. You guys will have to let me know if you notice a difference. All right, put him on with a glue dot. Now let's make this double twine bow. There are some things that I seem to do every project, and a double twine bow and dimensionals are two of those things. You guys probably know that by now. All right, let's cut that and put it on also with a glue dot. And there you have it. Now, I decided I wanted to add a little shine, so I'm using my Wink of Stella, just the clear one, not the gold one. And I'm just adding a little bit of glimmer here to these edges. Just a little bit, not the whole thing. I didn't want it to be super glittery, but I wanted it to have a little bit of, just a little bit of sparkle. All right, there you have it. Now, let's talk about what we could put inside. It's a great gift box. I have been giving Alex and Ani bracelets and to my girlfriends, and I think this is a perfect size box for that. Cookies, chocolate, a gift card even would fit in there. But I also thought if you wanted to have a completely handmade gift, why don't you just make some little tiny Christmas cards that would fit in here like that, okay? So what I did, it's exactly the same as this. The card base is 3 inches by 5, folded at 2.5. Come back to my blog, you know the measurements will be there. And look, a little tiny baby envelope. And you could make, I don't know, 4 or 5 and put them in there and give them to a teacher. Or, I don't know, somebody who needs to just write little cute thank you cards. How fun, right? Okay, so the card is made exactly the same. Let me show you how to make the envelope. And this is the envelope punch board. It's really, really great for making envelopes for those awkward sizes that you can't just buy an envelope for. And it comes with a bone folder. And look, I'm missing my bone folder, but I'm just going to use my stylus, okay? So you guys, it comes with this this little cheat sheet here to tell you. So if my card size is 2.5 by 3, so I'm going to use a 5 by 5 piece of paper, and I'm going to use the 2 3/8 measurement as my guide. So the 2 3/8, and look, it even has it labeled. So for those of you that have a hard time with the little lines, it says 2 and then it says 3/8. So I'm going to put it right there, and I'm going to punch, and then I'm going to, now this is DSP, Designer Series paper. It's thinner than cardstock, so don't push real hard because you will tear it. And just do a score line like that. Now, every time I turn, I'm going to line this little guy up here with this. And this is the Candy Cane Lane DSP. And I think I mentioned it's 5 by 5. And I'm just going to go around. And there we have the envelope. Now, this goes all the way up to cards that are 6 by 8.5. So you can make huge envelopes on here. This is a great tool to have, even like if you weren't necessarily a card maker. Sometimes we just need envelopes for things. All right, so I'm going to fold these guys over like that and like that and like that. And there's my envelope, and it fits perfectly inside that box. All right, you guys, thank you for joining me today on this video. It's kind of a couple of layers of projects. I hope you like it. I hope you find something that you can use. And I want to let you know that this Oh What Fun stamp set is one of our stamp sets. It's on sale right now, 25% off. It's a great deal. There's 17 sets in here, or 17 stamps in here. All right, hop over to my blog, find the link for all the supplies and the measurements for the projects. All right, thanks so much. Bye-bye.